Rocky? How you
Hey,
doing today?
what's up, my man? How you doing?
I have some questions for you today. You want to answer them?
Yeah, sure thing, man. Let's go.
What forced you into the situation that you are in today?
Well, when I moved into my country with my family. However, once we got here, my dad had a problem with immigration and he had to leave. My mom quickly remarried after that, which made me feel betrayed by her. I attended high school, but I chose not to attend for 3 months. I had to earn money for school. Then once I got back into school, I had a 1.66 GPA. I wish I could die so I could be in a better place. One of my teachers would drive me home after she dropped me off. I would just walk around and try to find some place to sleep at. Eventually she caught on to me and she invited me to live with her temporarily.
What was her name?
Her name was Miss Rivera and she was my Spanish teacher.
And how has Miss Rivera helped you since then?
I just wanted a chance, and that is what Miss Rivera gave me when she took me in. She has believed in me and never gave up on me when my GPA was low. She helped enroll me into college and showed me the road to success. However, she has helped me in other things besides school. I really want that family relationship, and that's what I got when she took me under her care. I help out her kids with their homework. Despite me not being the best in school, I feel as if I should help her kids out.
What makes you love the theater?
Miss Rivera introduced me to Shakespeare, which was life-changing to me. The acting gave me more to show than that I'm just more than a bad kid.
What change do you wish to see in our world?
I would really like to see less homeless kids out there because I understand their struggle. And I would also like the community to be more involved in helping the homeless.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I would like to tell people about the problems that I faced throughout my life. I would like to be a psychologist so I could help other people who are facing the same hardships as I was. I would also like to major in theater.
What's the most shameless thing you've done while being homeless?
Well, I've been homeless for quite some time now, since I was 14, on my own. But you know I'm good, right? I was trying to find ways to take care of myself, and I started stealing and robbing to get the things that I needed. I got caught for an armed robbery, but since I was a minor, it got dropped to an aggravated robbery.
Do you have any children as of now?
Yeah, I do. He's about a half-year-old. He was taken away from his mother and placed in foster care.
Did you grow up with your parents?
No, not growing up with my mother or father. I've been going through several foster homes. You know, of course, there was some abuse, like sexual and some mental.
Were you adopted eventually? And if so, by who?
After going through foster homes for about 7 years, I was adopted by my sister's father. The first day after I was adopted, I was just off to myself, like in a corner, because I didn't trust people, and he didn't understand that.
What was the relationship with your father like?
I just remember him saying, "Why? Why have you embarrassed me like this? Why don't you want to play with the other kids?" And he had like a rack full of keys, and he just took the keys and he just started beating me, striking me on the head, like, rah, just taking his anger out of me. Ever since that day, I kind of like withdrew even more. It just got worse as I started getting older.
Well, you received your GED. How does that feel?
What's so funny?
Your GED. What does that feel like?
Well, I see my life is totally different now. It's like a new me. I got a liking for technology now because I now know anything. Fuck.
Well, you received your GED. How does that feel?
Well, now I just see my life as totally different now. Like a new me. I got a liking for technology now because I didn't know anything about it a year ago.
Thank you. Received your GED. How does that feel?
just see my life is totally different now, like a new me. I got a liking for technology now because I didn't know anything about it a year ago.
Thank you. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. You ready to answer some questions today?
Yep.
All right. How about we start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I was born and raised in Southside Chicago. I spent a year bouncing around from family members to friends. I slept out on the streets and had eventually to drop out of school. I found a new home where I could get myself together. It's called the TLP, which is a homeless teen living facility.
What made you come to TLP?
My mother got rid of me because I'm a lesbian, and my mother would make fun of me, and she just made me feel really uncomfortable. I've been homeless for about a year, and I got into the teen center in Illinois. Also, my English teacher would say, "Why aren't you there at school?" Because I'm like one of the best ones in my class, and that gave me hope and confidence in myself to straighten out my life and use the opportunities that are in front of me.
In what ways has TLP helped you out?
TLP helped me find hope in myself and finish high school and focus on things that'll help me out later in life.
What could you tell a person who is younger than you and in the same situation as you?
Start to focus on things that really matter to you and try to make something out of yourself. And don't get distracted so easily, and try hard at whatever you want to do in life.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anthony was just a young person who was trying to survive in his environment. Trying to find ways to take care of himself called for him to rob and steal. This is what young African American males face each day. They have no one to care for them, and they are on their own. No one to tell them right from wrong and to stay in school. Anthony lived at TLP for up to 2 years until he became independent. He received his GED. Anthony's American dream is just to escape his current situation and leave it in the past. He wants a life that does not involve stealing and robbing, simply a life that he can support his family by holding a respectable job. It is truly inspiring to see him grow up in his current environment and witness him receive his GED. In my eyes, Anthony is successful. Roque aspires to live his own American dream by living a normal life of a teenage boy. He once struggled with the basic needs of eating and going to school because his family surrounding him disregarded him. Despite being handicapped by his own circumstances, he strives to go to college and make a life for himself. After starting out as a man without a voice, he was given a small opportunity, and he had the passion to grow and put himself in the best position to become successful. Roque gives the perception that homeless are both hardworking and determined. Casey graduated high school and tried getting into college. She is starting to show her American identity, continued not to care what other people thought of her choices, and started moving into the right direction. She blocked the people out of her life who were not supportive of her decisions, such as her own mother and grandmother. The choices that she has made for herself will influence the rest of her life in mostly a positive way. She's on the right track to hold a steady job, support herself, and no longer be homeless. There are more than 2,000 to 3,000 homeless youth out on the streets of Chicago every night. Many others find a temporary place to sleep, but they have no home. There are more than 22,000 students registered as homeless within the Chicago public schools.